An exceptional 100 from Hampshire's Sean Ervine may have done enough to back Warwickshire out of the LV County Championship game at Edgbaston with a day to go, but the home side will not have given up their own chances of victory on the final day. Hampshire led by 77 runs as the third morning began, with them on 38 for 1 in their second innings. The first session was going to be an important one, and Michael Carberry looked up for the challenge as 20 more runs were added to the visitors' advantage. But Ricky Clark then grabbed 2 in 2 to hold Hampshire back. Liam Dawson cut him to Sam Hayne at point to go for 27, before James Vince's indifferent run continued as he was trapped in front first ball. Boyd Rankin wasn't able to repeat his success from the first innings, but his pace and bounce was able to cause difficulties from time to time. Will Smith survived that, but on 8 he was fooled by Jitan Patel to be stumped by Tim Ambrose at 86 for 4. That had Hampshire 125 runs to the good, and they would have been thankful to have Carberry looking in such good nick. His second 50 of the summer and his 10th against this opposition arrived off his 104th delivery. He struck 8 crisp boundaries in that, and his innings was now becoming the really important one as far as the outcome of this match was concerned. Especially when, in the next over, Adam Wheater was spectacularly caught by Clark, who injured himself in the process. It was the kind of catch which would have done damage to most of our stomach muscles. Thankfully, Clark was okay though. So Ervine came in with the game in the balance, with his side on 108 for 5, now leading by 147. After bedding in, he started to play some shots, especially off Patel. The 32-year-old Zimbabwean has started this season in excellent touch, with handy scores in both innings in the loss to Sussex last week. He began to dominate the scoring in what was becoming an important partnership between the two left-handers. Not that Carberry missed out on opportunities to score. This hit over the top of Patel going all the way. Ervine also cleared the rope off the same bowler to advance to his half-century off 68 balls, that maximum adding to his 7 other boundaries as his partnership with Carberry threatened to take the game away from Warwickshire. It had realised 86 runs when it was ended as Carberry on 81 dragged a ball from Clark back onto his stumps. But the lead now stood at 233, and Hampshire were perhaps edging clear of their opponents. What they really needed now was to not let the good work of Carberry and Ervine go to waste, and Gareth Berg stepped up to the plate to keep Ervine company for the next 14 overs, in which 60 more runs were added. In what had become a thrilling game, it was the visitors who must have been feeling better about themselves when the penultimate tea break arrived, with them on 246 for 6, their lead closing in on 300. Warwickshire kept fighting though, and just before the second new ball was due, Berg was out for 36, slicing a drive off Keith Barker to Will Porterfield. Berg had added 60 runs with Ervine, who was by now in the 70s and had the 17th first-class 100 of his career in his sights. It may turn out that there have been few as important as this one was. The new cherry didn't bring the results Warwickshire were hoping for, although Ervine enjoyed the hardness of it. He was supported admirably by Danny Briggs, who for the second time in this match provided some very valuable runs down the order for his team. He must have been working hard on his batting, because he did an excellent job again to threaten to back the hosts out of this game. Ervine did get to his ton. He needed 139 balls to earn it, from which he struck 14 fours and 1 6. He headed towards the dressing room to celebrate nearer his teammates, all of whom would have known just what this knock had done for their chances of victory here. A leading edge as Briggs tried to turn Chris Wright to leg brought about the batsman's downfall on 33, but another 61 runs had been added for the 8th wicket. Next ball, the batsman having crossed, and Ervine was on his way too for 102. Another big edge giving Ambrose some running to do behind the stumps before he could finish off the dismissal. The lead now stood at 354, and Andre Adams and James Tomlinson added 24 more to that to frustrate the home attack further. A riser from Rankin did for last man Tomlinson, another to use the wrong part of his bat, but Hampshire had got to a total of 339, something that they would have been delighted with, having been 194 for 6 when Carberry was out. It left Warwickshire a minimum of 107 overs to chase down a target of 379 to start their season with a win. Ian Westwood dominated the scoring in the 11 overs that remained on this day. These are a couple of the 7 boundaries he struck in his undefeated 37, as his side made a promising start to their chase. Warwickshire will start the final day on 47 without loss, leaving them to find another 332 runs in the 96 overs we have left. This has been an excellent game thus far, and more thrills can be expected on the last day.